Hello. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome in, Willow, Mac. Hope everybody had a good week. That's a lot of Posey. Good old Posey. There was something that happened that was weird with the snowball. Remember last time it was like the snowball just wouldn't break and I could not figure out why? I've got like a theory, but... Well, no, I mean, it was like breaking and then one time it wasn't breaking. And I don't know what happened. Oh well, it's probably fine. Also, am I correct in seeing that the broken snowball leaves a permanent hole in the snow? Would like to fix that. Why does that happen? Why does that happen, though? Node removed. Is this something to do with the snowball? Rollable snowball code says that when you smack it, it does delete it. And so that should call on removed. Okay. So we take this snowball, we smack it. Okay, yep, that removed a lot of stuff actually. Everything within that snowball got removed. Then we check to see, is it in the snow track levers list? Yeah, there was one thing removed from the list. Huh. So currently there are 3 things in the list. Well, then why do I see so many other things still painting the world? Okay, so it removes... Oh, because each of these snow track levers, we're supposed to... I don't think this ever got finished. We attach particles to the actor. Okay, so particles get attached. We need to turn those particles off or delete them. Okay, so when we attach particles, we're going to add to this object. Oh, we have particles right here. And we should also keep track of the remote node. Or remote transform. Or, no, the remote node, huh? The remote node and the remote transform both get added to the scene, don't they? Yeah. Well, the actor is getting removed, so that's going to automatically delete the remote transform as well. So it's just the remote node that we care about. The remote node contains the particles. We don't want to delete the particles, though, I guess. I guess we only want to turn off the particles. Record.particles.emitting equals false. Okay, so now if I break this snowball, oh, yeah, okay, that's better. All right, let's go all the way over here. Let's bring the snow all the way over here. All right, so right here, this is the one we're keeping an eye on. Does this fill back up with snow? Okay, that's a little glitch fixed. Okay, so what we were talking about tonight, or last night, night before last, is we want to do Destructible Snowman. Every chapter has like something you can just kind of break to get a little bit of pocket change, and it's fun to interact with the environment, you know? Shake a tree, break a snowman, boom, that's 2 things right off the bat you can interact with. We're gonna make this one a little bit interesting somehow. So how are we gonna do this? What are the things that we can spawn? A snowball with lumps of coal buttons, a snowball with a face, a snowball with a different face. It can always have a different face. It's fine. Okay. Previously, for things like grass, when you're cutting grass in Chapter 1, the rule is that if you cut grass, you have to go 2 scenes away before it respawns. You can't just go to the next room and back. You have to go 2 screens over and then back, and that will cause the grass to respawn. The snowman might be a little bit trickier because I want to keep track in the same way, but instead of tracking a binary, yes, it's broken or no, it's not, I want to track how many snowballs are gone. I don't know if this is going to be completely random, but I think what we do need is a basic snowman part, which we have here. And then we are going to just kind of expand off of that. So it's going to have a collision shape, which it does. And that means that it will drop into place, which is great. We can have an alternate one that has little coal bits. So let's see here. Snowman. And then one that's going to be the hat, which I assume that could have like a decent reward inside. You break the snowman's hat, you get a nice little reward. So this one's going to be Snowman B. Breakable Snowman, Snowman B. So to mess with this, what we're gonna do is have Node 3D base. That means a few things are going to need to be different for this little lump of coal. The material. We're going to give a nice little, there we go. So let's give him the classic 3-button setup here. Looks great. So that'll be B. So this isn't so much face as, don't worry about it. I'm going to duplicate that and make Snowman C. Which that one, actually we do need to kind of make that a little bit more obviously different. Okay, looks good, looks good. A little there. We'll put a nice little carrot nose. Carrot will probably be a consumable item of some sort in this chapter. Duplicate that, reverse the transform, duplicate that, reverse the transform, and there we go. Nice symmetrical little snowman. He'll need a carrot. Mesh instance. We're just gonna go with a straight up cone here. That's a cylinder mesh. With a 0 top radius. Oh, he looks great. Let's see what our options are for our material here. So one, we can just do slightly textured orange cone, which, you know what, that's probably plenty fine. Let's make it a little bit more. Nope, too much. I think that's good. That seems good to me. There we go, snowman's head. A hat. We're gonna model a hat in Blender, I do believe. We're gonna get a nice hat going for this guy. He's so bland right now. Let's make sure we can see all the things we're working on here. All right, general mesh. Oh, there's so many windows. Okay, a hat. Cylinder. Good, looks good so far. We will shade auto smooth 100%. What makes more sense here? For this to be the rim? And then we inset and extrude. Hey, look, a hat. Now we wonkify. Bigger at the top. A little bit of a tilt. All around tilt here. We'll tilt and tumble here. Mm-hmm. Really exaggerate it a bit more. Get everything nice and wonky. That's not bad. That's not bad. I kind of want to have the classic, slightly. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Where am I? There we go. Oh, nice. I gotta see how that's turning out. GQ has a good stream going tonight. Oh, look, it's you. You're a me. Mamma mia. This doesn't look great after all. I need that a little bit flatter. Yeah. That's a good brim. That's a nice brim. Do we want to do the thing where like the hat is broken a little bit on top? Or what? Like that can be nice. Or is that too high effort for this? No, that might look nice. For that, what we would have to do is I would want to separate this, I think. Or all right, let's try something silly. Okay, so we have a fake interior. We have a fake interior to it. Is there any chance this is going to be what we want? I should have made it hollow from the beginning. Look at this. Why didn't I do? I gotta make this hollow. That's fine. You're not gonna really look inside of that. I think this is fine without the whole like broken open bit. I think it looks sufficiently silly. All right, save that as top hat. Also export it as top hat. All right, where are my files? Hey, Abram, thank you. He's gonna look a lot better with a hat. Let me tell you. Or should the hat be part of the head? Let's try let's say yes. Hat is always part of no. I really think the hat should be separate. The hat should definitely be separate. Brable Snowman. Change this one to underscore. Let's change this to blank. And then this one is buttons. Because he's got his little coat buttons. Oh my gosh, it takes a long time to rename files because my file tree is so huge. Abram, thank you for the tier 1 sub. 16 months, that's almost a year. Wow. Thank you for your continued support. Grab this, delete this. Material. We're gonna do the classic. This painterly texture here with whatever color feels appropriate. Triplanar. Kind of a nice deep blue, right? Like almost purpley. But nice and dark. And right about there. Now the collision shape, it's gonna be a little bit silly. Oh, does he need a little ribbon around this? How do we feel about a ribbon? I don't know. I don't know, maybe. Mesh instance. Cylinder. Oh, geez. Okay. Almost. Basically like that, little band. Little merry band, and we can turn off the caps on that to really enhance it. Top radius, bring that down to 0.72. Yeah. Ooh, well. Starts to eat in a bit there. Whoop. Too far. All right, that looks great. Oh, we got by pretty easily there, huh? Didn't have to model that. Not really. Well, obviously a nice bright red ribbon. Oh, it's like a little bit open at the bottom, but I guess that's okay. All right, the collision shape. Right. Disable that collision shape. And instead, I could create a tri-mesh. Right? What do you not like? Because it's a tri-mesh, right? Yeah, Okay, I'll simplify it. We'll simplify it a bit. A nice cylinder. Nice cylinder. See, because it's wonky, you know? That's what they always say, is that it's wonky. All right, let's just roll with that. It's fine. Will there be a living snowman? Yes. A lot of the enemies that we're building for Paper Robot are taken from Dabble Worlds, which was one of my previous games. Oh, it just will be a little bit wonky. The actual solidity will not match the model exactly, but it'll be easier to calculate for the engine. It's a bit of a trade-off, but I think we're okay with that. Okay, he's got head. He's got, you know what? I think he needs some twiggy arms, maybe? In addition to or instead of the buttons? What, the wonkiness? I think we go with, I think we do go with wonky cylinder, yeah. No, we hear that all the time, don't worry. It's perfectly normal for things to be wonky. We're going to duplicate buttons and call it buttons and arms. He's gonna have a lot of buttons. He's gonna be just looking great. The way we're gonna do the arms, I think, it's gonna be a little bit silly. Oh, this is particularly silly, isn't it? Okay, so hear me out. Stick arm. No, this isn't good at all, because this is just going to be like a single stick. We want it to be... Alright, break open Blender. Give me Blender again. Hang on, hang on. Get all this out of here. Okay. Let's have a blend off. Cylinder, but like really low vertex count. 4? Is that even a cylinder at that point? I mean, yes, it's a stick. It can be extremely tiny. I could go 3 and we'd be happy. Okay, stick arm. Here we go. In fact, it goes smaller. All right. Stick arm. That is not where I expected this to be, huh? All right, and now what we can do is very sloppily extrude a little bit here. Make that a little bit thinner. Look, it's a twig. Shade smooth. Boom. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad for what we're doing. Hi, Fanny Slam. That's a twig you could just trip right on. You'd be quite satisfied tripping on a twig like that. All right, yeah. Twig dot glub, glub glub. All right, arms. Give this guy some arms. I mean, I think we definitely want to be more like this. That's a little bit like wings. I don't love that. I didn't feel arms for hugging. Arms for hugging. Oh, you know what? Hang on. There. Get rid of that. Get rid of that excess node. I don't need that. Nobody needs that. Looks good, looks good. Give him a nice material override. The classic. Oh, that's great. That's a good looking texture right there. I bet this other guy wishes he had. Oh, he does have that. Oh, look at that. Okay, material. I mean, not material. Collision. That's the one. We are gonna give a collision. What's cheaper? Is a cylinder cheaper or a capsule cheaper? I feel like a capsule might actually be cheaper than a cylinder. Just like calculation-wise. Okay, good, and that covers it. Incredible. Oh wait, hang on. That's we have a little bit of a discrepancy. A little bit of a discrepancy for seeking. A little discrepancy to seek. That'd be good enough. All right, now. We're gonna build a new node called like snowman spawner. Sure. Snowman spawner. Save that as a scene. Boom. Incredible. And now move it over here. So snowman spawner. I want it to already have a basic snowman sitting here. I see it. You'd love to go traveling by yourself. But alas. This thing's gonna be huge, isn't it? Look at that. All right, this needs stick arms. All right, so now, yeah, see, that's roughly how big this thing is going to appear when it's spawned. Part of it fell through the floor. Can't help but notice. That also this thing is huge. Oh, and I know a certain streamer who's definitely going to be using this to get out of bounds somehow. Oh, thanks. Thanks, best friendle. I don't know if that's a good way of pronouncing that. Best friend all. I'll call you best. Friendle. Like Fresnel's. That's something related to something with video game making. So that kind of fits. It kind of fits. Kendall, Friendle. Did I accidentally pronounce it correctly? This is unheard of. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Chapter 1 is going to get a little bit of tweaking. I've already added, it's not live yet, but I've already made a fast travel system that will be available once I re-release the demo sometime this summer. So that's exciting, and it's going to have new enemy types as well. Can fast travel be interrupted? Oh, random encounters? Ooh, that could be really fun, maybe? Unless you're really in a hurry. Oh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. 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 Huh. I mean, I get it. Maybe, maybe we should be using character body instead of rigid body here. These things don't really need physics. Whoa! He ascends. Help the snowman find his head. Snowman's lost his head. Ba 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 ba. Okay, this is exactly what I intended. Okay, and then you can use the snowman to clip out of bounds and warp to the end of the game. Ascend. Well, that was... Yeah, okay, that's gonna need some tweaks. Luckily, we were wise, and we made it so that it was all inherited off of one thing. Isn't that clever of us? Also, notice that this is in the ground, which is why... There we go. So... he's no longer going to be affected by gravity directly, is he? He's just going to kind of float, yeah. But he no longer will ascend. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. People have had some really good suggestions. Some things will hopefully already be addressed, but we'll see. I know there's one game-breaking bug in the demo that, of course, one of the guys that was streaming the demo happened upon, which is great. Going back to the chapel. Oh. I didn't think that would freeze it, but yeah, it's not properly set up for demo at the moment. Technically, it's just not really set up at all in the demo. Because by the time the demo released, I had nothing beyond that. I literally released everything I had. Not a dating sim visual novel yet. Yet. Okay. This guy is too big, of course. This is a problem. He needs to be smaller. Okay. So, the plant is... Oh, no. Oh, the arms are going to be weird if I do this. Because... See, my idea was, oh, if I need to make him smaller. Oh, wait, can you scale down a character body? Is that okay? Is that allowed? Godot does not like you scaling down rigid bodies, but maybe it's okay with character bodies being scaled down without complaining about warning. Yeah, that's possible. Okay, never mind. We're fine then. I mean, he's not looking fine. You may not like it, but this is what peak snowman performance looks like. Okay, so the plan is, what we gonna do? What we gonna do is we are gonna make snowman spawner. All right. So first is gonna delete everything. Or no, we can use these. We can use these actually. Snowman head, snowman blank, snowman hat, snowman body with arms. Scale that up. And then also we can load up snowman body, no arms. There we go, that's fine. So this is just gonna be what it looks like when we plop it into the world. Before it actually gets assignment. No, one of my biggest things that I'd like to add is, and this is slightly tweaked now. There's not much strategy in the first half of chapter 1. It's very straightforward. Combat is very simple, and it sucks because I'm really trying to make it viable for people who are new to the genre, but the game is not really intended for people who are new to the genre. This is like, there's nods and references that really expect, like, okay, you know what you're getting into with a game like this. You've played one of these before, but some people haven't. All right, there we go. So we've got these are our pieces that we can use. We can arrange these. So we are going to request num pieces, which is going to default to 3. And I guess whether or not he has a hat. Does that make any sense? I don't know if that makes any sense. Okay, utility. I think I have a function here for doing a really crappy pseudo random number generator from a vector 3. Yeah, and the reason for this is because this allows me to have, if I place an element and I say, I want all the elements of this type to randomly have a different color, it makes it so that every time you spawn the room, everything randomly chooses the same color as last time because it's based on its position. You know, all those fractional bits within the vector 3. I don't know how exactly we're going to do this, but for now, we're just going to let this guy get smacked around. Like I could. I mean, this is, well, I got some ideas, and I'm not sure exactly which of them I want to extend upon. Pieces is going to be an array of character body 3Ds. we're going to say that the starter pieces are snowman body with arms, snowman head, snowman hat. So we're not going to extend this yet. It's just going to automatically do. Yes. Abram, you are on the right track there. There is going to be a side quest system implemented later that is going to point you in the direction of characters that need help, and then little rewards for that. But I do already have in the game a system where I can have elements very easily dynamically added or removed from a scene based on certain flags that are on or off in the game. There's a few examples. Let's see here. The presence or absence of the big pig by Lily's Pad. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this piece. But the other 4 can stay. I'm keeping it in the scene because I've got some ideas for later for some really silly, dumb stuff. Some dumb joke snowmen. And it's going to be really cool and really funny. And you're just going to have to trust me on that. All right. It would make sense if we scale things down on the way up, right? For piece in pieces, scale equals, we'll start with 0.8. Piece dot scale. Oh, let's change it to scale iter because I don't want this messing with the node 3D scale. Is scale iter and then scale iter times equals just like a shave off 5% from each one, maybe a little bit more. Okay, and then processing. We're gonna do the character body thing. Which is gravity, right? We need gravity. Where do we use gravity? Show me the gravity. Apply gravity. Don't need this. Do need this. There we go. We're gonna do all of the snowman parts as one big piece. One big code block to scale equals vector 3.1 times. Right, because that's a vec 3, not a float. Previously freed. Wait. Oh. Snowman body. Snowman body. Oh, blank. Blank is the one I wanted to get rid of, first of all. Secondly, we do need to filter. Okay. Now show me a snowman. I mean, it's not quite there, as it turns out. Why are we floating? Move and slide. Move and slide. Okay, hang on. I think it's just called move and slide. Yeah. quiet. Now, do you get pushed? You are not getting pushed around. I appreciate that. Yay! That's a good looking snowman. Very well proportioned. Dapper, a little bit dapper. Yeah. Now, the snowball is very uniform, and this is needlessly this is needlessly specific stuff here. But what if we randomize the positioning here? Yeah. Just to kind of spice up. Is that still exactly the same? Or am I imagine that looks very similar though. It looks very similar. Okay, if I do this, I should be able to see. Oh, it's not doing it. It's not doing it. Why not? Why not though? No. Oh, ha ha ha. Oh, that's that at least. Okay. Ooh. I don't want to mess with them. Okay, but it is. Oh, that's gonna do some weird stuff to that. Okay, maybe we don't want that after all. Or maybe we just want it in a very tiny range. Get him back up here. Nah, it's fine. All right, bad idea. Straight to the cutting room floor. Okay, so now he can do that. Now he needs to be able to be broken apart. So rollable snowball has an interact zone. Great, cool. What we can do, which might be even easier, and we're gonna have snowball hit on here as well. We're gonna add this interact zone. Oh wait, this is a specific script that just says grab the upper thing and call on gear hit. Okay. This might be doable. This might still be usable. Change that to a node 3D. Take the snowball spawner, and that's where we're going to put the interact on. We will change this collision shape to be a cylinder and make it real big. Why so big? I don't know, actually. Okay, and that way, these don't have their own individual colliders. Should they? Should they, though? Because, like, what if this is a chapter where you're going to gain the ability to kind of hit things that are not necessarily on the ground with a little bit of setup. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Dang it. I do need to do it then. All right, make it a sphere. Okay, so you can smack each individual piece. So that's going to inherit downward. So this is going to be snowman piece interact. So it's going to be very similar to this. But it's going to be a new script. Snowman piece interact. Snowman spawner is ... because that is the thing that contains this. And we're gonna say on gear hit, and we're gonna pass in self. Okay, then snowman spawner. Add a handler there that accepts which snowman piece is being hit, and that way we can actually check, like, hey, is this the hat? Do we need to do something different because it's a hat? We might need to do something different because it's a hat. Okay, let me get this Blender file out of here. Let me just put this up. There we go, so we can enjoy whatever's going on here with this guy's head. Why is that going on with this guy's head? Also, let me try something silly here. Reload. I want to drastically reduce the ratio of the pieces and see if that's maybe to blame. No, see, that looks okay. Weirdly enough. I mean, not great, but not awful. Actually, that's not really that bad at all. You know, if I go into the blank snowman here. Oh yeah, yeah. Very small, very small. So what's the problem with this guy right here, to me? The problem is that this feels like this should be a lot more stacked on top of each other. To accomplish that, I think the collision shape needs to be a little bit smaller. Just a smidge. Okay, better or worse? 1 or 2? That is better, except the hat. And to fix that, we just change the rate. Well, no, hang on. No. To fix that, just change the hat's collision shape. Collision shape of hat. Make hat collision shape a little bit lower down. Oh wait, that's not the one. This is the collision shape. Okay. Better. Give me that snowman. Let's see that snowman now. Oh, he's looking good. But he needs to be able to be destroyed. Unfortunate, but true. All right. Oh, that's something. We don't need to put the sound effect on each snowman piece. The spawner can hold the sound effect. That is much more efficient. Also, we can have a particle effect. Where is our particle effect? Snowball explode. Add it to the scene. Place it in the place. And then the piece, delete it. Don't need it anymore. Get it out of my face. All right, this is going to be okay. Not great. Oh. Okay, there's a noticeable problem here. It's still here. That is a problem. Oh, dang it. I wanted to use that to... Okay. So what happened there? Why is it's gone, but it's still here? Huh. What was I looking at there? Thank you for the follow. All follows are anonymous. All right, so hang on. Let's look at the remote here. Remote view says that we have a snowman spawner with 4 pieces. Yep. Body, body, head, hat. If I smack it, snowball effect is created. All of these are still... I know why. I know why. We passed in... We passed in the collider. Not the actual snowman piece. So this is gonna be pretty easy. Bop. Okay. What's wrong here? Something has gone terribly wrong. All right, hang on. They've got gravity. Oh, are they sleeping? Are they sleepy? Are they eepy? Collision, no. Disable, no. Float, no. No. Is that rigid bodies only that have that? That's rigid bodies only that have that. So, all right. No prints. Prints. Okay, so it's saying that all the pieces are reporting that they are on the floor. We know that that is a lie. Maybe what we can do is that after we delete that, velocity.y, we just give it like a little bit of a gentle nudge, gentle upwards nudge. See if that does anything for us. No. No? I didn't think a character body could sleep because the script handles whether or not it's going to update it. Well, yeah, we got a 0.1 on all of these. Okay. is on floor. On the last column, move and slide. Oh, wait. Aha! We always want to call move and slide. That's it. Not just when... that's what it is. They were calling it until they landed on the floor, and then they stopped responding completely. Oh no. Oh no, even the hat, huh? Oh dear. Let's see that. What happened there? Something did go wrong there, I noticed. Okay. Bop. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe we're fine. That was kind of fun. I gotta admit, I like breaking the snowman. It's very satisfying. The hat should not explode into snowballs, though, should it? Do we want to really quickly make a silly little... Let's just make a silly little hat shreds. Yeah, I have no idea if this is gonna work or not. I'm just gonna make a little confetti, basically. Material. Let's grab the same as the hat. If that is cool. Yep. Looks great. Process material. Throw it into the air. Spawn velocity is up. Initial velocity is sure. That looks great. Gravity should be less because it's like floaty, and also it should dampen. It should angle. Somehow, I don't know how to do that. Position. Make it a small sphere. Okay, hang on. I cannot tell if that's enough. Okay, now I can't even tell what size this is. I went too far. We're going to do this as explosive. We're going to do a one-shot that is explosive. Like that. Maybe 2 seconds. Maybe 1.5 should be enough to get it into the ground. I really want these to like be, fluttering around. Radial acceleration. All right, let's make it not one shot now. Just keep. Go. Is it radial acceleration? No, that's just making it spread out further. Tangential acceleration. I mean, that's just making it kind of tornado. How do we make it? Yes, rotate. Oh, okay. So that's a little bit of something. Great. Do I need to mess with the angle, the orientation, the flags? Are there flags on this? How do we make this actually rotate in multiple ways? First off, disable culling. Orientation, I mean, that's fine. but I really want it going like crazy and all. I want it rotating around, not just rotating on an axis. That looks really silly. But how do we do that? Angular velocity? Does that do anything? Does that do anything for us? Okay, maybe this is where, if this was face Y, no. I'm getting nothing there. Orbit velocity? Whoa, okay. That does in fact looks like it's just spinning around. Oh, okay. I mean, that's cool, but not what we need. Because if you look at this from the side, it's still invisible. That's the problem. That if you look at this from the side, it's completely invisible. It's like the one thing I would like to disable Z. What is that? What did I just do? Well, now it's just, I mean, it's the same problem just from a different direction. Okay, I mean, it did in fact just disable Z. Align Y. It's kind of interesting, but no. Dang it. Drawing. Transform align. How do I get you to actually rotate on more than one axis? I really don't want to like implement particles by just spawning a bunch of meshes, but if I have to do it, I will do it. Godot particle rotate axes. This says to set the billboard to particle billboard. Wait, are we getting something? Weirdly enough, I'm not sure. Also, this is a really sucky mesh to be using. It's not great. I would be the first to admit that. Okay, let's clear out all this excess stuff we did. Oh, it's particling. Okay, I mean that makes sense, huh? Angular velocity 0 to 2, 0 to 0. Is it this one that's doing that? Is this the spawn velocity? Spawn angle? Yeah. Huh. All right. Is that kind of like shredding a hat into little pieces? I feel like the mesh should be different. Like we should actually model something. We should not be modeling this minor piece. Like that's enough right there, right? Like that's all we really need for this. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, make it a one shot. Hat shreds. Great. Put that in the snowman spawner code. The hat shreds. As a preload for the hat. Okay, so we want to check to see. It's snowball explode, unless it's a hat. Hat shreds, if snowman piece equals snowman hat, else it's snowball explode. All right, so this should just change which particle is playing. Oh, and similar to what I've got for the rollable snowball explode, I've got this script on it. Auto run particle one shot. We need that. There we go. And that way I don't have to code in here to do that. All right, break a hat. That's what they say, break a hat. Oh, that one struggled a bit. That one did struggle a bit, it felt like. Do we want the hat shreds to already be loaded, maybe? Like already instantiated? Why did the snowball explode not have any problem with it? Or maybe it did? Okay, that time was fine. Do we have a good sound effect that we could use for that already? I would like to get balloon pop. No. We're not gonna have anything for that, right? We need a good, like, shredding, a nice fabric shredding. All right. Well, you know what? We can grab one. We can grab one real quick. CC0. Fabric shred. Tearing corduroy shirt. I mean, we could use a little bit of that. It's a really long sample. Cloth shred. Can we get... No? Okay. All right. Well, we'll take this huge file and just pare it down to what we need. This one. Nah, I need more of just like a nice little... I mean, that's, it needs to be explosive. Just a little... Start with this. Okay, what if we pitch that down a little bit? Okay. I'm satisfied with that. I think that'll work. All right. Tablet audio, sound effects. Call that rip. All right. Pull out that. Rip. Snowball spawner. Okay. And this is going to follow the same logic as before. Use one file if it's the hat, otherwise use the snowball one. All right, that's fine. There should be money in the hat, though, right? A little bit. How much money do we generate if it's a hat? Let's get the same dry brush. Here we go, coin roll. Okay. We need this to operate similarly to this bit here. Cut grass, interact. All right, hang on. Scene manager. This is the one. This right here keeps track of the cut grass in a room in chapter 1. Cut flowers in chapter 2. Dry brush that's removed in chapter 3. We're gonna do something similar for this. Log as cut. Yeah, okay, so it's the same logic. That once it is done, we're going to... Now, why is it called... What's the group name? What's the relevancy of the group name? Okay, we can just kind of keep track of it. Less to filter through later. Okay. So as long as we do it similar to this, we're fine. How does it know what node this is? Oh, I think I know how. Yeah, because we're passing in the node. It's getting the path to that. Just the scene path. So we're gonna have a log as complete. Compelt. Grass is fine, it doesn't matter. All that means is that, yep, we're gonna grab all the things in that node and then call remove grass on that. So it's silly, but we're just gonna have a function called remove grass. This snowman has been recently felled. So we'll need to implement that. This is done, but it needs to be called. We're not going to do that until you break the hat. The hat is where all the goodies are. So you break the hat, you get money. So we need to have a spawn coins. And we're going to do something similar to this one. Yeah, do a coin roll. Weird. This seems like something that should be pulled out, but who owns this logic? What, Posey? What? Who owns this logic? Because right now, like, 3 different... It's Posey! We got 3 different scenes that are doing this. Could put it on a scene management. Spawn coins, coin count as an int. For I in range, I need a coin scene. Coin scene's been a packed scene. That's coin from chest, I believe. Yeah. Well, this is common enough that I think it's perfectly fair to preload that on the scene manager and just keep that the entire time the game is running. But we need a position to put it in. Right? Oh yeah, no, we need a source node. There we go. Cannot find add child on base. Oh yeah, because this is gonna be a node 3D. Gonna be a node 3D. All right, spawn coins. All right, so remove this. And instead, we're going to call spawn coins this many self. And now we don't need this function anymore. And that's scene manager done. All right, so there's the new function. Looks great. And you can just pass in the dice faces, whatever they're gonna be. Oh, Posey. Yeah, 'cause this was just... At first, it was like, oh, I just need it in 1 more place. And then it was like, okay, I need it in 2 more places. And then it's like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. These guys are going to be pretty well packed. You're gonna get a good chunk of money out of these guys typically. All right, so we're gonna, if it's a hat, spawn the coins, log it as complete, and then we're good, right? Great, cool. And then the idea is that if you leave and come back, he's still gone. We haven't done that yet, but we need to. I think that's just going to be queue free. Just get rid of it. You're not there anymore. Okay, cool. He can be broken in any order. The hat is the one that tracks whether or not he respawns. He makes the right sound effects. All right, let's implement this number of pieces bit. Hat will always be last. He always gets a hat. Does he always get a hat? Ooh, does he always get a hat? I'm going to say that if you break one of the small pieces, you got like a little bit of chance of getting like a coin. Maybe. 1 in 4. 1 in 3. So we're going to export how many pieces the snowman has. Snowballs spawn money. By default, false. But we're going to allow that. And we can actually test that right now. Click, turn it on. Just turn it on for this snowman. Actually, there's a pretty rough chance we might not see it. Okay, yep, there we go. 1 in 3, 3 chances, about a 40% chance of nothing, right? Okay, well, I mean, we got a 2 in 3 chance of nothing. Chance of that happening 3 times is 8 out of 27. That was a hat. Or that was one. Yeah, he was under there. It just got stuck under the next piece. That's fine. That's fine. It's not great, but it's not awful. It works. Okay, now, what if... Okay. If num pieces equals 3... This is the exact setup to do. What if it's not? What if it's not, Posey? What do we do then? I mean, we can hard code in the small ones. But if it's more than 3 pieces... What are you doing? Is your foot okay? You're licking your foot. It's weird. It's probably fine. Let's see here. All pieces. All the base pieces. Here we go. Here's the base pieces. How do I want to do this? How do I want to arrange this? Like, I want to make a duplicate of, or something. Okay. Select it. Select it. Okay, and then no matter what so this way you can have the same thing in the array twice, or 3 times, or 50 times, or whatever. For selected type in our list of selected. We're going to not use the original, which means this is going to be wrong. How do we determine if it's a hat? How do we determine if it's a hat? Is hat. How do we determine if this is a hat? I don't want to use a whole group or script on this just to determine that it's a hat. Posey, hang on. Hold on, Posey. Are you bleeding? Is that what you're looking at? You're gonna get combed. You got a little bit of a scratch. No, you're just licking yourself raw. That's what's going on, isn't it? You're red because you've been licking. What's she licking? Probably. I mean, that looks like a big old wart or something. Can you take a look? It's wet. Well, you're probably gonna have to go to the vet next week. We're gonna have to get that checked out. Damn it. So you're gonna get coned. You have to wrap your arm up. Yeah, that's the thing, is whatever we put on her. I know her. That's true. A haircut would be good, definitely. Alright. Piece is going to be, we're going to take the selected type and we're going to duplicate it. And then we're going to add child piece. And then we're going to have pieces append piece, so we can keep track of it. Maybe we just say that hat is always the end. That doesn't really work. I don't know what we do with that. How about hat is not allowed. Hat is not this. Hat has hat. It's a variable. And then if you have a hat, it goes on the end. You can't have something on top of the hat. Simple enough. You don't even have to select it. You don't have to select it. So we duplicate the piece, add it on top. These are your available pieces here. We're going to make this something where we can make it an array really easy. Posey. Lay down, Posey. There you go. Stop looking at it. Stop looking at it. I'll just rubber with my foot. It's fine. All right. Append the piece. And then at the end, after that, delete the originals. So as a test, let's do this. How well does this work? He might not have a hat. Oh, well, that is unexpected. A little bit. Body. He's supposed to have body, arms, head. Body, 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 arms, head. Body, body, body with arms, not a separate one. Hey, hey,
I don't know what to do about this.
I know. Piece is selected type dot duplicate. Oh, add child. No, that's right. Add that. Append to our list of pieces to work with. And go ahead and print selected type for me there, just so we're on the same page here. Oh, we're not positioning these. We're not positioning these, are we? Y iter plus equal piece dot scale, and then piece dot position dot y equals y iter. And then add. No, I need half of the scale if we're gonna... Oh, this is probably not gonna work. But we're gonna try. Okay, that was already... Oh, scale dot. The specifics don't matter. It's uniform. Okay, that worked. Save for the hat. Don't worry about the hat. Hat. Hat gets placed on at the end as a piece. So if has hat, then we well, we just append the hat. Hat. Append hat. Else, get rid of the hat. Okay, so this should place the hat on top. Good. That's very cute and tiny. Is he wiggling? Sorry, I'm looking at the snowman. Yeah, he's trembling a lot. He's wiggly. He's wiggly, all right. I don't love that. Huh. And that's probably because of this move and slide being called when he's stacked. We'll see about a solution for that at some point. Next piece. Scale. Let's see here. Iterative scale. Currently, we iterate our scale by a ratio of this. But if we instead say 1, then he's going to be uniform all the way up. Oh. Nice. Nice and uniform. Also, we could do something really funny. Make it above 1. Okay. Yep. Oh, that's a funny thing. The area is out of range because it doesn't line up properly. The collision shape here is not the same as the collision shape here, is it? It's a little bit smaller. There we go. Uh-oh. 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 All right, you can get squished and soft lock yourself under a giant hat, so don't do that. Don't do that. No, really. If I say don't have a hat, then you won't have a hat. Okay. The next thing I want is to be able to iterate on pieces. For I in num pieces -1 selected dot append a random one from this list. I guess also a head is allowed, but less common. So that he can have multiple heads if he wants to. Then at the end, append just the head. Also, this is supposed to be pick random. Okay. That's great. So now let's say 8. Give me an 8 tall snowman. Looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's gone. He's deleted. With a hat. Enjoy the bibby. Thank you for stopping in. Posey, please don't. Please don't. Just lay down. Just lay down. Okay, last thing we need for this is a very silly thing. Respawn, or I guess infinite. By default, it's going to be false. If it's infinite, hello, casual. Position dot y plus equals 10, I think is reasonable. So true. If it's infinite, it can't have a hat. So let's just jot that down. All right. So this is going to be very silly. Oh, also, iterative scale should probably always be 1 if it's infinite. So I'm just going to say infinite, and that's it. Here we go. Oh, yeah? You can see the shadow, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. This is funny. This is a very funny thing that's happening here. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yeah, so it just respawns. So they're not always going to be like that. By default, you won't use infinite ones. Okay, here's another feature we can add to this. It is actually funny. There'll be one snowman that just is forever. So the gag is that normally they have a hat, and the hat has lots of money or prizes. And then this one will not. Infinite. We also want to have pattern. Is that going to be an array or just like a string of numbers? Arrays are really fiddly in the inspector, so I may just make it a string of numbers. That's going to correspond to this. So that's going to be 0, 1, 2. Well, 0, 1. 0, 1 is fine. Body, arms, blank occasionally. Okay, so we're going to have selected item equals. Yeah, this is just random. But if we have a pattern defined, if we're not using blank, then we're going to use character, which is pattern sub I posmod I against length of pattern. Okay, that's the character. Then the index is going to be this doesn't need to go on long. Dot find the character. So let's get 0, 1. And then selected item can equal all pieces sub index. And that's if we have a pattern provided. Okay, and that way these infinite ones, well, actually not just the infinite ones, but just in general. So now we can say, all right, we have a big one, and also it uses this as a pattern, and it's infinite. So we should see a lot of blanks in a row, right? So 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 3. And then we ran out, I think. 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 3. It does always add a head on top, but I think that's... Could be better. Could be better. If it's infinite, you can add a head. Or if it's non-infinite, then add a head. She's not going to leave it. All right, we did it. It's done. GQ better still be on. He's having a heck of a stream tonight. Did he end? Oh, that jerk. Dove's on the multi-world. D's doing the Silk Song. Epic's doing his thing. Small's doing his thing. German's wrapping up as well. Well, then let's get out of here quickly, huh? We'll go over to Small. I'm about to need to head down, and let's just go ahead and do that now. Everyone, thank you for hanging out. We got the one thing done that we intended to get done, which was the a configurable little treasure trove snowman that we can throw around in different scenes. I'll be back again on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's the schedule. You guys know the schedule. Yeah, I had fun. I hope you did as well. I will catch you guys next time. Chapter 3 is still being worked on behind the scenes. It's getting there. It's getting there. We're getting close. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Okay, bye.